Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be learning about the area of a rectangle, square, circle and triangle. So without any further ado, let's get this video started. Our first example is going to look at the area of a rectangle. Now first of all, we need to know what the word area means. So area is the amount of surface a shape covers. So let's have a look at an example. Question 1. We have a rectangle and we're given two lengths. First thing we need to do is write down the formula. So area is equal to base times height or length times width. It doesn't matter which formula you use, you will get the same answer. Now, first thing we need to do is substitute our numbers in. Now, our base for this question is 3 centimeters and our height is 6 centimeters. So we're just going to replace B with 3 and H with 6. Now that we've substituted both the numbers in, we can multiply them together. So area is equal to 18. We measure area in square units, so because our lengths were given in centimeters, our answer is 18 centimeters squared. Now, before we move on to question 2, let's look at a visual of why we use length times width. So we're given 6 centimeters by 3 centimeters and we're going to draw the lines which will give us squares. Now each square will be 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter and we should have 18 of those. So let's draw the lines. I'm going to split the rectangle so that I have 3 columns and 6 rows. So 1 and 2, which will give me 3 columns, and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, which will give me 6 rows. Now that we have our squares, we can see that one square represents 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter. So when we count these squares, we should have 18. So when we work out the area, we work out how many square units does something cover. In this case, our units are centimeters. So when we write our answer, it will be centimeters squared. So for this question, we need to ask how many square units does this rectangle cover? In this case, it is 18. So by drawing this out, it gave us a visual of area and square units, but it's much quicker to use the formula area equals base times height. Now let's look at a second example, but this time we're only going to use the formula area equals base times height. So question 2. We have a rectangle with 6 feet height and 12 feet base. Now, the first thing we're going to do is write the formula down. A equals base times height. Then we're going to substitute our base, which is 12, and our height, which is 6 feet. When we multiply these out, we get 72, and our units will be squared feet. So now that you've learned how to calculate the area of a rectangle, let's move on to calculating the area of a square. Now we've said that the area is the amount of surface a shape covers, so let's look at an example. So question 1, we're given a square and we're given all 4 lengths. You need to note that to work out the area, we only need the base and the height. We do not need all 4 lengths. That is for perimeter. Now, first thing we do is write the formula down. So area is equal to base times height. Our base in this question is 4 centimeters and our height is also 4 centimeters because it's a square. So when we multiply this out, we should get 16. As we have said before, our area is measured in squared meters. So because our question was in meters, our answer will be 16 meters squared. Let's try another example. So, question 2. This time we're only given 1 length, but that doesn't matter because a square has all the same sides. So, area is equal to base times height. So, we substitute 3 in as the base and as the height. So, area is equal to 3 times 3. When we multiply this out, we get an answer of 9 and our units will be centimeters squared. Now that we've learned how to calculate the area of a rectangle and the area of a square, let's move on to looking at the area of a triangle. So question 1. We are given a triangle with a base of 8 meters and a height of 12 meters. Note that for the area of a triangle, you need the vertical height, not the slanted height. The area of a triangle is half base times height. Now we need to substitute our numbers in. So area is equal to half times our base, which is 8 meters, times our height, which is 12 meters. So area is equal to half times 72. Now we multiply the 1 and the 72 because they are the numerators, and we get 72. And we divide by our 2. This gives us an area of 36. Now our units will be squared meters because our question was in meters. So our answer is 36 meters squared. Now let's move on to a second example. An important thing to note is that triangles can be of different sizes. Now we will see that in question 2. This specific triangle is known as a right angle triangle. However, when working at the area, the formula remains the same. So we're given a triangle and we need to work out the area. First thing we're going to do is write the formula. A equals half base times height. Now we're going to substitute our base and our height. In this case, our base is 6.5 yards. And our height is 7 yards. So A equals half times 6.5 times 7. This gives us an area of 45.5 divided by 2. So when we solve this, we get 22.75, and our units will be square yards. So our answer is 22.75 square yards. So we can see that no matter what the shape of the triangle, the formula will always remain the same. Okay, let's move on to the area of a circle. Let's look at an example to see how we calculate the area of a circle. So, question 1. We are given a radius of 6 centimeters, and the first thing we're going to do is write the formula down. The area of a circle is found by multiplying pi times radius squared. So we need to be familiar with both the radius and the diameter when working with circles. Diameter is the distance from one side of the circle to the other, and radius is from the center to one edge. So in this case, we are given the radius, which is 6 centimeters. So the diameter is double the radius. And finally, we need to familiarize ourselves with pi, which is the ratio between the circumference and the diameter of a circle. It is a constant, which means it will be the same for all circles. Now, once you wrote the formula down, area is equal to pi times radius squared. We're going to substitute our radius in, so area is equal to pi times 6 squared. We're going to leave pi as a constant, and I'll show you why in a second. So area is equal to 6 squared, which is 36, pi, and then our units, which is centimeters squared. Now we're going to take a moment and work out the answer if we use the equivalent of pi, which is 3.14. Now, when we work the answer out, we're going to get an approximation. Therefore, we use the squiggly lines instead of a solid equals lines. We're going to use the same formula, area is equal to pi times radius squared, but this time we're going to use 3.14 as an approximation. So area is approximately 3.14 times 6 squared. The area is approximately 3.14 times 36, which gives us an answer of 113.04 centimeters squared. You should give your answer to 2 decimal places. Let's look at a second example to get a better understanding of the area of a circle. So, question 2. We are given a circle with radius 4 and we have to work out the area. So we're going to use the formula A equals pi r squared. A is equal to pi times 4 squared. This will give us an area of 16 pi and our units will be centimeters squared. Now that we've practiced all of the area questions, it is time for our bonus question. So our bonus question is a triangle. You need to work out the area of the triangle and leave your answer in the comments below. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Please make sure you give it a like, share it with all your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to see more videos like this.